Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So it took me far longer than I would have liked to finally get around to it. But this is going to be my Spy Family reaction review to chapter 26. So no big spiel before we dive into it. If anyone wants updates about the channels, upcoming read-throughs and things like that, please check out the channel update I released, I think, 2 days ago now. So that should have all the pertinent information regarding that. So without further ado, let's dive into Spy Family Mission 26 by Tetsuya Endo, translation by Casey Lowe, and lettering by Rina Mappa. As we have Henderson going, "Boys and girls, your midterm exams are scheduled for the week after next. Stella stars will be awarded to the highest and second highest performing students of each grade for each of the 4 test subjects. Conversely, any students who fail an exam will receive a tonitrus bolt, without exception. So all of you do keep that in mind. I will now return the history quizzes you took yesterday." He starts calling out names. Alice, Paulette, and Becky goes, "Ooh, this test is sounding a little scary, huh?" Just poor Anya's just doing the smirk. She's like, "Hey, I'm not worried. I've been studying hard lately." Henderson calls out Anya Forger, and she gets all excited as he's just turns her test around with an unamused, angry face. And she goes, "Not elegant." And she saw she scored a 13. Oh, poor Anya. She's just got this most horrified face. I just love her expressions as he goes, "Stay after class for remedial lessons." With a dong, dong. Now she's slumped shoulders, trudging back to her desk. You have Damien going pissed as he gives her a little smirk and he goes, "Heh," as he shows her his test, which he's got a 91 on. And Anya's just unbelievably shocked and angry as someone goes, "Pitch perfect impersonation, boss man. You really capture the derpiness beautifully." You see a dong. You see the after school lessons with Henderson going, "At that time, the king." And you have Anya going, "Oh, I hate you, Scion boy. But you did teach me something useful. Now I know exactly whose mind to read if I want to ace a history test." And she does this evil face with it. And she just starts laughing to herself like, oh boy, and you have Henderson going, "Something amusing to you, Miss Forger. Let's see if you find extra homework to be so droll." See, later that night, the bus is taking her back. She's slumped against the window. She goes, "Oh, I'm tired. And now I'll get home late because the teacher was so mean to me. Even the moon is already peeking out." It's like, "Huh? Wait, it's like the moon?" And then she goes running up the stairs going, "Papa, Papa!" And you have Lloyd going, "What is it? Why are you shouting?" And Anya goes, "Papa, what's the moon going to be like in 2 weeks?" And Lloyd goes, "Huh? The moon phase? If it's full now, in half a month it'll be a new moon." And you see Bond just excitedly wandering around Anya, wagging his tail, all excited she's home. And he's like, "Are you studying astronomy?" And Anya's like, "Oh no, I was right." And Lloyd's like, "Speaking of which, don't you have midterms in 2 weeks? How about we study a little before dinner and shore up those weaknesses?" And Anya's just like slowly trudging away. He's like, "Hey, are we studying?" And she's thinking, "Oh, even me, a superpowered telepath who saved the whole world, has a weakness. The people at the lab called it eclipsing. On the one day a month the moon goes bye-bye. So does my ability to read minds." Oh boy. "And I'm going to get eclipsed on the day of the test, which means that this time I won't be able to cheat." She's just shocked, looking around, panicking, going, "What am I going to do? This is the worstest thing that's ever happened." And she goes and starts shaking Bond. Like, "That's it, Bond. Look at the future and show me the test questions." And you see Bond just trying to, and you see his future memory just fuzzy. And she's like, "Oh." And you see later that night he's having a delicious dinner of a hamburger steak with some vegetables. He's like, "Hamburger steak?" He's like, Papa, are you going to make hamburger steak for dinner?" He's like, "Yay." And Lloyd's like, "Figured that out? Did you look in the fridge? Shall we make supper?" She's like, "So good." And she goes to bed, sleeps nicely. Next day you see a tweet. And you see Anya freaking out in the morning. She goes, the test! What am I going to do about the test? He's like, oh, I was like, I fell asleep. I was like, that's why I told you to study yesterday, remember? And he goes, well, I don't have work today, so we can study together all you want. And you see Lloyd going, there are midterm exams for 4 different subjects, which means 4 opportunities to earn Tonitor's bolts. I've long since abandoned hope for earning any Stella stars. Together with the final exams at the end of each term, she could easily earn all 8 of the bolts needed for expulsion by the end of this year. I have to keep her from getting expelled before I can infiltrate Desmond's inner circle. Obviously, we'll need to make significant progress in the fundamentals of each subject. Simultaneously, I'll need to advance my blah blah, and you see the word bubbles cut off the rest. As he goes, so, do you see now why this is the answer? Now he's like, oh, there's so much stuff in Papa's head that I can't focus on the work. You see Lloyd's getting frustrated as he goes, oh, I don't know why she can't get this. What's holding her back? And you have Yuri going, oh, that's right. The other day I asked Yuri if he'd be interested in tutoring Anya, and he said he'd love to. Should I give him a call? And Lloyd's like, are you sure he'd want to do that? Should I set out the lovey-dovey marriage kit? And Anya's like, Uncle! And you see Yuri just happily coming in going, I'm at your service, sis. And Lloyd's like, already? And she's like, it's good to see you, Yuri. And Lloyd's like, nice to have you back, Yuri. And he goes, maybe we need the lovely-dovey marriage kit out all the time. And you have Yuri going, as he thinks, what are you doing here, Lloyd Forger? I don't care if it's the weekend. Go to your stupid job. And you see Anya just scaredly peeking out from behind Lloyd's leg as Yuri goes, Anya, this is my little brother Yuri. And Yuri's just like, so, this is the spawn from Forger's previous marriage. And she goes, I'm Papa's daughter, Anya. Nice to meet you. She's like, are all secret policemen scary? And Yuri's like, Yuri, greet her nicely. And you see Yuri just glaring at her, thinking, right, you're my sweet, sweet sister. Such a joy to have a chance to see my sweet sister's cooking her so much. And she's thinking all these things about Lloyd and murdering Lloyd and how beautiful his sister is. And you see Anya just doing her shocked face as she just lets out a blurb. And he's like, oh, I think I have heartburn. It's like, oh. He's like, do you need an antacid? And Yuri's like, oh no, are you okay? Maybe you should rest up a little before we study. And you see her pouring out some tea. As Lloyd makes some conversation, goes, so now, how have things been at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? The recent peace talks must have been tough to handle. And Lloyd's thinking, let's pump him for some intel. And Yuri's like, yeah, I guess. And Lloyd's thinking, I was the one pretending to be the minister that day. Afterward, even the SSS must have figured out they'd been duped by Twilight. Circumstances demanded it, but that was a huge risk we took. And Yuri's thinking, grr. Is this pissant mocking us over all the heat we took from the opposition party? The conference was delayed because of a terrorist attack. I'm not going to let you make me look bad in front of my sister, you despicable bastard. And he's thinking, Lloyd's thinking, I have to be careful. As he goes, did he instantly leave the government to make any policy changes? And you have Yuri going, I have to make myself look good. As a diplomat, I mean. It's like, I couldn't be more proud of the hard work my ministry did to ensure the talks ended safely. And you see Yana just like, It's like, Papa versus Uncle Yuri. He's like, ooh, spy versus secret policeman. Uncle Yuri doesn't know who Papa is. Papa's winning. And she's getting all excited seeing all this subterfuge and intrigue going on. And Lloyd notices and goes, well, someone's feeling better. Time to start studying then. He goes, I don't want to be in the way, so I'll run some errands. It was a fine chance to work on my other missions. And you have Anya be like, who won? And you see Yor going, okay, should we get started? And you see Biology for Kids with a notebook. And Yuri's going, I said I'd do this because I'd do anything Yor asks, but am I really going to sit here and tutor her husband's dim-witted child? And you see Anya just getting mad at this. As he goes, lucky little brat getting to spend every day with my sweet sister. Okay, try to solve these problems. I'll hit her with some hard ones and introduce her to the pain of the real world. And you see Yuri's just surprised, like, what? You got every one of them correct? And Anya's smirking, she's like, hehehe. The author notes that she read his mind. And he goes, then what do you even need to study for? And she's like, oop, that's right. I can't cheat on the day of the midterm, so I need to study for real. And she's just like, oh, that was just dumb luck. All blind guesses. And he goes, I guess that makes sense. He's like, does it? And you see, no, that's completely wrong. You're not too bright, are you? Get your act together, kid. You have Anya be like, poor Anya be like, I'm trying. And Yor's like, Yuri, you need to be more supportive. I don't want to see Anya get expelled. And you see, they're thinking of Anya crying, I want to go to school. It was my late wife's dying wish. And she goes, please, Yuri, I'm counting on you. Do it for me. Boy, alright, this siscon thing that Yuri's got going on, it was like amusing before, and I was veering into a little bit creepy territory. And she goes, for me, for me, for me. It's like, for you, you're anything. He's getting all embarrassed. He's like, alright, but she really doesn't know any of this. And you have, oh, and you're so adorable. She goes, by golly, I'm going to work so very hard. I'm going to become an imperial scholar and be an important person, take care of my beloved mama forever. Way exaggerated. And you have Yuri just freaking out, going, what a fine child! How can she be so virtuous and pure? He's like, what's an imperial scholar? And he goes, to love my sweet sister so much. And you see yours just all blushing, and she goes, I'm going to make some tea and sweets, Anya. He's like, yay! He's like, don't be taken in. He's like, no, get a hold of yourself. This girl's trying to steal Yor from me. He goes, well, still, maybe. And he thinks, under my tutelage, the girl excels at school. My sister is pleased. Oh, Yuri, I love you so much. And he goes, all right, I will teach you. And you see, no, look, you made a mistake. And he's like, oh, no. And he goes, it's okay. When I was young, I struggled with these grammar rules too. What matters is that you understand the mistake and take care not to repeat it. The grammar here gets very complicated. You don't need to parse the whole thing, just focus on the verb. And Anya's like, huh? And Yora's just watching in the kitchen, smiling to herself. She thinks, that sure takes me back to when her brother was tutoring her and going, Yor, you just need to do it like this. It's easy, see? It's like, huh? It's like, you can do this. And you see poor Anya, her eyes are just getting swirly and steam coming off her head from all this overthinking. As Yuri's like, do you not like studying? And Anya's like, I hate it. Do you like it, Uncle Yuri? Are you a weirdo? And he's like, don't call me uncle. He's like, well. He's like, when I was young, I hated myself for how useless I was. I wanted to be able to help my sister, and I studied really hard so I could. I felt like I grew an inch taller each time I got a question right. I loved that feeling. I worked hard at the language skills because I thought that if I could speak well, I could become a lawyer or journalist and make the world a better place for my sister. I worked hard at chemistry and biology because I thought if I mastered anatomy and medicine, I could heal my sister if she ever got hurt or sick. I worked hard at math and physics because I knew they were at the root of everything that affected the safety and comfort of my sister's life. Ultimately, I decided to become a diplomat, well, really a secret policeman, but I still rely on all the powers I developed back then. Anya's like, powers? And he goes, a great man from long ago said it best. Knowledge is power. That's what you need to understand if you want to be someone great. Knowledge is everything. It's the whole enchilada. Oh god, I heard myself laughing so much. Oh, Anya, you sweet, precious child. Oh, okay, I'm good. I'm sorry. Oh, God, it felt good to laugh like that. So Anya's just freaking out as she's just imagining this pumped up chihuahua just doing muscle poses going, knowledge is a swole chihuahua? He's like, no, halt. He's like, forget that part. I have got to give credit to the translator for doing this joke. It is so brilliant. And she's like, if I study hard, can I make medicines? He's like, yes, exactly. Can I build rockets? That's right. Can I conquer the world? That's, well, I guess. Is that what you want? He goes, do you get it now? Never mind the next test. Focus on the triumphant you of the future. And I get it now. And he goes, focus on the sweet smile on my sister's future lips. It's like, okay, sure. It's like, now let's answer the next question. And Yor's like, please don't teach her anything weird, Yuri. And you see later on the next page that they're both just splayed out. Going, He's like, It's like, well, have you mastered that grammar now? And he's like, what's a grammar? Boy. And he's like, okay, this was a massive waste of my time. He stomps off angrily going, I can't do this anymore, I'm leaving. And Yor's like, Yuri? And he goes, now I see. I'm the one who needs to be studying here. I have nowhere near enough power. If I'd had more knowledge myself, I would have captured Twilight that day. I could have put an end to the Western threat right then and there. I'm still powerless to protect my sister, to protect my country. And he goes, I'm sorry, Yor, I have to go now. And Anya's watching him, a little bit sad. Yor goes, still as impatient as ever, I see. And after I worked so hard to make these cookies from scratch. And he's the next page, he angrily slams the door open, comes back in, just chomps down and eats all the cookies and goes, oh, so good! Slams the door and leaves. As Yor's like, he ate every last one of them. I guess I'll make a new batch. And Anya's like, no thanks, my tummy's real full. And Anya thinks, if I could have read the clock that day, if I could have disarmed that bomb, I might have really helped with Papa's mission. And you see her clenching her fist as she goes, I'm going to go to my room, go and study in my room for a while. And Yor's like, okay, dear, it's good for you. And you see poor Bonnet eating some of the crumbs left from Yor's cookies. And he's gonna collapse by the door. Oh, boy, I'm laughing too much. As Lloyd goes, I'm home. He's like, as he sees Bond just laid out on the floor. He's like, welcome home, Lloyd. He's like, Anya's been working so hard at her studies. He's like, that's great to hear. He's like, let's see here. And he flips through her workbook because he goes, foreign language? And he's like, that's right, she studied her little heart out with that. And he's like a doom. He's like, but foreign language isn't even one of the midterm subjects. And he's like, Operation Strix may very well be doomed. And you see 2 weeks later, Becky going, today's the day. You ready for this, Anya? And Anya's like, me and my swole chihuahua are about to blow you away, Becky. Yeah, and she's just like, swole, what? And Henderson's like, well, I guess you do feel ready after all. And I know I'm going to kill it today, too. You have chatters. Henderson goes, boys and girls, we will now begin your first year of midterm exams. Tonitrus bolts and Stella stars are on the line. So we have next chapter hits May 17th. Oh, man, as always, Spy Family has some of the best comedy in any Shonen Jump series. Massive props to Casey Lowe, the translator for Spy Family, with that Swole Chihuahua line. I'm not even sure how you could come up with something like that, or what the translation was initially, but just massive kudos, just perfect line, absolutely well done. Man, a little bit of mixed feelings on this chapter, because I love the wholesomeness of, Yuri, even though he is part of the secret police, how everything he's kind of done has been for, the benefit of his sister, to kind of help support her and support her as they're growing up, to kind of like pay her back for everything she's done. So that part was like really touching and nice, but then contrasted with how much the whole siscon thing was played up was a little bit, it went from amusing, they're making fun of the whole siscon thing, to they're leaning a little bit too hard into the joke there, taking it a little bit too seriously with the siscon bit. So that was a little bit hit and miss for me. But I love the Swole Chihuahua bit, like I mentioned earlier. And poor Anya. She really is trying her best. She's so adorable and precious. She really is a nice kid. I love her to bits. I really hope that she does manage to pass at least some of the midterms for next week. I feel like there's going to be some kind of hanky-panky going on. Whether it'll be Lloyd, trying to sneak into the test and help her out, or something else that happens, like maybe Anya tries to cheat through the test with other methods other than mind reading. But I'm looking forward to it. Spy Family is one of the best series in Jump right now. It's always a delight to read. Can't wait for the next chapter. So with that said, my Shonen Jump reactions for tomorrow will be out as soon as the chapters drop. So until then, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later.